Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Cowboys Sports Report by Charles in Charge. It is Friday, the 23rd of September, about 4:15 p.m. Central Time, my time. If you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, please do subscribe, like, and share. My first goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. Therefore, I could do live shows, collaboration shows, other fun stuff. The bigger the show gets, the better it'll get. Get a mic, get an actual studio. Right now, it's me and my phone and my little Cowboys backdrop, which I think is funny because every year I get a Cowboys calendar. And this year's 2022 Dallas Cowboys calendar. The Cowboys player featured in September of this year is Jalen Smith, right there, who was let go like week 6 last season. So the people who put these calendars together don't really pay much attention to who's on the team, I guess. I assume they put the calendars together, towards November, December, and then have them all printed out for the next year. So Jalen Smith will grace the wall for the rest of this month. Now, Monday night, it's kind of weird because instead of practicing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, they practice Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for a Monday night game. So instead of having 2 practices and the 3rd practice today, it's only the 2nd practice today. So only got 1 practice report so far. And yesterday, Michael Gallup was a full go. Everybody else that is hurt or has lingering issues did not practice, a la Dalton Schultz, J-Ron Curse, McGovern, guys like that. Dalton Schultz will be a game time decision. I don't think he'll go. It'll probably be Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot, which I think for one game they can hold down the fort at tight end. Michael Gallup will be a full go at practice all week. If that goes smoothly, he will return Monday night, which will be humongous. Even if he's on the pitch count, even if we run 70 offensive plays and he only plays 35 of them, that will still be a huge, huge help to Cooper Rush at the wideout spot, because he's already got a great rapport with Noah Brown, and he's got a playmaker in CeeDee Lamb. Now, instead of Dennis Houston or whoever, now he's got Michael Gallup, who is a good deep threat and can get open and can high point the ball pretty well. We'll see how he does his first game back, but he's better with his first game back, not being 100%, probably 75, 80%. He's better at that percentage than Dennis Houston is at 100% by a long shot. So that is a huge boost. The big injury for the Giants is Leonard Williams will miss the first game of his 8-game career. He's the best defensive lineman they got. Plays on the interior a lot. Best run blocker they got. Now, I want Peters to get off this practice squad and get into the starting lineup. We signed him on the 5th. It's the 23rd. That was 18 days ago. So on Monday night, that'll be 3 weeks, basically. And being that Leonard Williams is not going to play, I guess we can run Fournette for 1 more game and still be all right. But week 4, we better have Jason Peters out there at left tackle and kick Tyler Smith in at left guard, because Washington does have a very good defensive line. They don't just have one good run stuffer. They got a couple or a few. And a very good pass rusher in Chase Young, still coming back from a bad knee injury. So with him being out, Leonard Williams being out, I think a running game will pick up where it left off last week, but better. Instead of 103 yards, I think we can get north of 150 between Zeke and Pollard. And Cooper Rush plays well on the road. We saw that last year, especially with Michael Gallup as option number 3. Rush will have a nice trio of receivers to go to. Noah Brown being his number 1 guy that he looks at. Well, him and Lamb, really, because Lamb had more targets. Brown was 5 of 5. Lamb was 7 of 11. And now Michael Gallup. And the game plan to win this game is the same as last week. Play shutdown defense, shut down the run, shut down Saquon early, force them to pass, and let Micah and Dorrance and all them guys pin their ears back and go after Danny Dimes, who has had a really bad first 2 games. I know they're 2-0. I know they beat Tennessee in a comeback win 21-20 and barely inked by the Panthers 19-16. Panthers are not very good at all. But a win's a win. So they're 2-0. But Danny Dimes looks like he's taking a step back with his eyes. He's not seeing the field that well. And going up against this defense, that's just trouble brewing. Now, stopping Saquon early will mean that we need to score early like we did last week. Last week we scored on our first 2 drives, not field goals but touchdowns. You can't get better than that. That's exactly what you want. Now, I don't know if we win a coin toss. I don't know if I want to receive the ball or if I want to kick the ball. I don't know. I always like to kick because I know if we make that stop, get that 3 and out and get the ball, that we kind of gain a possession. In other words, because if we kick the ball to start the game and we stop the Giants on 3 and out, they get the ball to 25 and they don't get it past the 35, and they put it back to us, then we get the ball to start the second half. It's like we gain a possession, just about, if we stop them on their opening possession. That's what I love about kicking. Now, if they score on the opening drive, it's like, well, damn, I wish we would receive the football. But with this defense, as good as it is, I would like to kick to start the game. And I like the way Bones Fossil was kicking the ball. That was a Monday night game. I got it confused. My bad. Minnesota's special teams had a good idea of kicking the ball short on kickoffs and tackling the Eagles' return man at like the 15-yard line, the 10-yard line. Maybe Bones Fossil should have an idea like that so they don't start the 25, because our coverage team is pretty good. Lawrence Taylor is going to be at this game. Now, he's coming to this game, and he's going to be on the sideline for the sole purpose of all these comparisons, all these people, all these talking heads saying that Micah Parsons is the second coming of Lawrence Taylor, who in most people's minds is the best defensive player to ever play the game. Better than Ronnie Lott, better than Prime, better than everybody, just because that he could wreck a game by himself. He was unblockable. You could put 2 guys on him in a chip and it still wouldn't stop him. Lawrence Taylor was the exception to the rule. And Mike is looking like that. And so he hears Lawrence Taylor is going to come to this game, be on the sideline so he can watch this kid in person, and then after the game, grade him out and see if he thinks he's got what it takes to be what he was. How do you think Mike is going to react to that? I like what Shannon Sharp said a few days ago in Undisputed. It's like your mama showing up to the game for the first time. When Shannon Sharp's mama showed up to his first junior high game, he told the offensive coordinator to get him the ball, and he balled out, had 170 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns. He said Danny Dimes in trouble. Shannon Sharp actually picked Dallas to beat the Giants as much as he can't stand the Cowboys because he thinks Micah Parsons is going to give Daniel Jones the worst game he's ever had. They've got a rookie at one tackle, and their other tackle is questionable. Evan Neal, man, they're going to line Micah up against Evan Neal, and Evan Neal is going to get eaten up by the Lion of the Jungle. And if we can get up early, at least just by 3, 7 preferably, and stonewall Saquon, force Jones to pass, and get him uncomfortable, he's going to throw some bad balls. And we've only had 1 turnover in the first 2 games. This game, this game has the makings of a 4 takeaway game for our defense. Probably all interceptions. Maybe 3 interceptions, 1 strip sack. Because Jones is going to be running for his life if Saquon don't get started. And I don't think we're going to let him. I think Dan Quinn is going to make sure we stop him first and get a lead. Offense gets a lead. And if we get a 2-score lead, like I said in last week's video against the Bengals, at least 9 points, 2 scores, 14-3. I'll take that too. 2-score lead against an offense that don't put much up makes them want to pass it more. And if Giants get into passing mode with the way Daniel Jones is playing, turn out the lights, the party is over. He might not finish the game. I'm telling you, Micah might come out of this game if it plays out like that. If we come out hot and get on top by 1 or 2 scores, and Saquon's getting 2-3 yards of carry, not doing much, and they're making Daniel Jones starting to throw the ball, 40, average, after the first quarter, it looks like he's going to average 50, 60 attempts. He probably won't finish the game. And Micah probably get 4 sacks, a strip sack fumble. Dorrance Armstrong, everybody's going to eat. Trayvon probably going to get 1. Anthony Brown, Donovan Wilson. I mean, it's going to be a defensive slugfest on our side. Not much their side. And then we get a nice lead, maybe a defensive touchdown, and then we just run the ball to end the game and win time of possession, unlike we did last week. Last week we were behind 7 minutes on time of possession. This week, if we have it 35-25 and run for north of 150, we got the Giants in our back pocket, baby. Easy. My score prediction on this game, because I didn't have any prediction last week, because I had no idea what Russia's going to look like. We've only seen him play once. Now we've seen him play twice. Once away, once at home. Both against good opponents. Minnesota is no slouch. Even though they looked like one on Monday night, they can be boom or bust. They are a good team, a good roster. And against AFC champs, against those 2 teams, Cooper Rush looked poised, played great. The moment was never too big for him. He never looked nervous. He looked calm as can be, and especially on both game-winning drives. His calm and collectiveness is what really got me. And the players believe in him and buy into him, which is good. And Jerry Jones saying that he would love a quarterback controversy basically means that he would love for us to win all the games that Cooper Rush plays in Dak's absence. That's what that means. There's not going to be a quarterback controversy whenever Prescott's 100% ready to go. I can guarantee you that. My score prediction on this game, I say 27-10. I say we hold the Giants 10 points. Our offense scores 20, just like last week. And 20 because after we get onto a decent lead, we just run the ball, waste clock. And the last touchdown will probably be a defensive touchdown, kind of like our first game against the Giants last season. Last touchdown was a pick 6 by Anthony Brown to go up 44-20. Now, we're not going to win by 24, win by 17, but I think 27-10, we can beat them by 3 scores. I do believe that. And then that would give us more momentum going into week 4, and Michael Gallup being more healthy going into week 4 at Washington. And I would love it if the Eagles go into the Capitol really feeling themselves, feeling like they already won the Super Bowl, and just get upset by Carson Wentz and the Redskins. I'm not calling the Commanders, can't stand that crap. Everybody's so sensitive nowadays. They're the Washington Redskins. They have been since the beginning of their franchise, just about from as long as I've been watching football. It's Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Redskins, and Cardinals when they were in the division. If the Eagles are feeling themselves so much and they roll into that stadium in Washington just thinking, oh, man, we got Carson Wentz, INCE, the guy that used to be our quarterback, and this ain't going to be nothing. And they too full of themselves and they get upset. I won't be mad at Washington being 3-0. I'd love it because we get them the following week. So we'll get to see that game Sunday. And if Washington can pull out that upset, all the power to them. And if we can handle our business, then week 4 will be very, very high stakes. But guys, this game against the Giants Monday night is very big. And if we can win it, and not just barely scrape by, but win it convincingly to where the game was never in doubt, and maintain a 2-score lead throughout at least 3/4 of the game, the confidence of this team and the morale will just get better and better. And hopefully by week 4, we'll have Peters and Smith out there on the left side of the line to have the best 5 out there. And Farniak be the backup. And then when McGovern's healthy, Farniak get kicked back to the practice squad, and McGovern be the backup interior lineman. That would be the best way to go. Everybody knows it, and that will happen. It will happen because the Cowboys are not that ignorant to let Peters be signed and then just stay on the practice squad and then promote him to swing tackle and then drop Josh Ball to the practice squad. We didn't sign him to be a swing tackle. We didn't sign him to be backup. We signed him to play football. And he can still play left tackle at a very high level. And Tyler Smith can be a hell of a guard. The way he plays, he's a mauler. With Tyler Smith, the left guard, we'll be able to run the ball up the middle so much better than we even do now, with Zach Martin and Smith as our guards, and B-Dash playing better at his 3rd year than he did his first 2 years. So Daddy's coming. Daddy's coming to watch his son play. And if Micah does what Micah does, he'll get Daddy's round of applause. And it's going to be a fun Monday night, guys. And look for good things to happen. That's it for now. I'll probably have a video Sunday after the games. But for right now, that's it for this episode of Charles in Charge, Cowboys Sports Report. Please subscribe, like, and share, guys. If I got to do 1,000 videos to get 1 subscriber per video to get to 1,000 subscribers, I will do it. Team's been a passion of mine since I was 6. I just turned 36 on the 18th. I don't know why. I was watching Super Bowl 28 when I was 6, and I just fell in love with the Cowboys. Fell in love with the star. Ever since then, I mean, I seriously did. Ever since then, I have lived and died every game that I watch. So, yeah, enjoy this weekend and really enjoy Monday night, and keep God first and foremost. Everything comes second, guys. Keep him in your heart. Let him guide you and lead you. Good things will happen. That's it for this episode, guys. See y'all on the flip side. Charles in Charge is out.